Greetings, fellow fragrance friends and lovers. How you doing today? What is your scent of the day? For me, Azzaro Pour Homme. This is the intense version. This is a little bit, it's a lot different from the original DNA. Let's talk about how the fragrance smells, what's actually in this fragrance. Before we do, you know what to do down below if you want to support this channel, help it grow. But anyways, this is a nice fragrance. You get cinnamon off the top. This is a little bit more deep. Let me show you the sprayer. Azzaro sprayers are pretty decent. I've enjoyed them. They're not bad. And this has cinnamon, nice cinnamon off the top, kind of authentic, but kind of goes away kind of quickly, and it kind of adds a little bit of this woodiness to the element, or to the component of this fragrance. I like that cinnamon. There's brandy here, there's booziness, a little bit of a whiskey note, but again, a little bit woodier, a little bit deeper, and I like that. There is something molecule-like, almost musky, kind of adding, I guess, fullness or modernity to this fragrance in the background. To me, there's no doubt about that. To my nose, I pick up also a little bit of violet. That might be something adding to this musky vibe. That adds almost a little bit of a petrol note. And I don't know if that's intentional. You could say that this is inspired by Fahrenheit Parfum. I don't want to say this is a clone. I do not want to get you excited that you're going to find, a $20, $30 alternative. But perhaps it could remind you that just a little bit. And Azzaro, they have been making some adaptation or hybrid fragrances, and that's kind of what they've been doing with some of their releases. But anyways, in the dry down, you also get some amber. You get a little bit of a modern, airy tonka, a little bit of that sweetness. But again, this is more of a masculine fragrance. Even though it says tonka, there's not a lot of sweetness. Don't be afraid of that. Again, I don't feel like this is terribly natural. I don't want to take away from Azzaro. I know that they are more of an affordable brand, and some people complained about the synthetic quality of the not being natural, not naturalness of Azzaro Wanted by Night. Yeah, Azzaro tends to play around a little bit more synthetic, kind of like Paco Rabanne does these days. Is it a bad fragrance? No. I think this could be a good sophisticated fragrance, and if you don't smell it so up close from the atomizer, if you let it work with your skin and smell the fragrance in the air, it's going to work. This fragrance, again, with some designers like this, they don't smell perfect or they don't smell amazing really close to your skin. They don't smell super amazing really close to your skin, and to me, that's one of these that just smells a little bit off in an odd way. But in the air, it works. So this is, again, a nice, sophisticated fragrance if you like booziness. Again, the amber, to me, isn't really deep or heavy or high quality. But it's nice to see amber used, especially a heavier, warmer amber, at least attempted or used in some way in a designer fragrance. Not a lot of designer fragrances give you like a roasted or an aged or a slightly smoky amber. You're getting that. Again, there's more wood that creeps up in this fragrance than you would think, and musk, I think, creeps up a little bit more in this fragrance. That's not listed. I already mentioned that violet, that slightly petrol vibe in the background. Not a ton of it, just a little bit of that creeps through. So not a bad fragrance. Again, a modern men's fragrance might be considered a little bit more masculine to a lot of noses, especially if you like really modern contemporary fragrances. If you're a Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, you really like the blues and that mass appealing vibe, this might be too grown up for you. But for some people, maybe 25, maybe 30, 35 plus, who want something affordable, something that they can go out wear anytime, anywhere, but yet has that distinctive, gentlemanly, but also a little bit, booziness, a little bit of some like a well-aged character about it. It's wonderful. I could wear this going out anywhere, anytime. Especially if I wasn't trying to overtly impress people, but I wanted that, that air of sophistication and a little bit of a deeper, heavier way, but not going dark and not being, still being likable. I think to most people, this still has a likable, balanced feel to the fragrance. So, performance-wise, this is not a bad performer, but I was expecting, because of these notes and because there's so few of them, I was expecting the composition to be longer lasting. Also, I would like more depth and richness out of this fragrance. I was getting about 7 hours. Not bad, not great. Performance, maybe good, maybe slightly above average, but I'd like a little bit more, especially with the sillage. Didn't exactly give me what I wanted, performance wise, but still wasn't terrible either. So it can definitely work, but I wanted more, especially when I look at these notes. And this was a flanker, supposed to be the intense version, supposed to be essentially. Is this an EDP or an EDT? I think it's an EDP concentration. I'm trying to make sure on the bottom here. Yeah, it's a parfum. This is a parfum. I was expecting more density and more richness, even though it is an EDP. So, what else can I say about this fragrance? Compliment factor wise, this is a good sophisticated men's fragrance. Again, if you maybe you have a beard, maybe you just want to feel masculine or look masculine, and still appreciate fragrances that are wearable, but yet still have that feeling of confidence behind the fragrance. In that kind of way, it's not a super macho fragrance, but it's not like Fahrenheit, but it's good and it works. I think that strikes a good balance, and a lot of people did appreciate that around me. Again, I forget if leather is mentioned as a note, but you could maybe pick out leather because of the brandy in here, the booziness in the wood. You maybe feel like there's maybe a little bit of leather, and this is really approachable. Maybe you're afraid of leather. This might be, if you do like things that are masculine, or maybe want to try something that's a masculine, this might be a very a little step into the world of leather, in a pretty easy to wear way. It's pretty easy to get on and enjoy with this fragrance. So, what are my final thoughts? You used to be able to find this for about $20, $30 dollars. This is discontinued. I think, again, the prices are wonky. I don't really know when the supply of this one will dry up. It's not exactly hyped, but there have been some people who were positive about it about a year or so ago. It used to be able again to find it for $25 dollars, and it was a pretty solid fragrance then. It's still a solid fragrance now, but now it's you have to pay about $50 dollars. And for an Azzaro on the discounter market for $50 dollars, I don't know. It's really up to you to decide if this sounds good enough to you. Do you like cinnamon? Or not? Do you like something that feels a little bit more maybe aged and sophisticated in a good way, even though it's not the fanciest fragrance? For somebody who's never had a fancy fragrance, this might be a good step in that direction. If you smelled a lot of fragrances, and if you know what fancy fragrances smell like, you probably don't like me or anybody saying that this is sophisticated. But again, depending on how new you are to the fragrance world, again, I try to make my fragrance reviews relatable to everybody, new fragrance lovers and aged professionals, connoisseurs. Some of y'all who have 500, 1,000 plus fragrances. I think this is going to work more for people who are maybe getting first into fragrances. Would make a great gift for a cousin or a dad. Again, especially if he likes boozy, sophisticated fragrances. If you do have a little bit more money, Fan Your Flames by Nichane is the much better fragrance, and you could, if you want something a little bit higher quality, go for Polo Supreme Leather, which you kind of have to order off the internet, kind of getting harder to get. But there's Big Bad Cedar by Atkinson's, which is out there for a great price if you can still find it. There's some good fragrances out there that do something similar, better. Even Azzaro's Wanted by Night. Again, too sweet, too modern for some people, too loud. Performance is great, but if you want compliments, Azzaro Wanted by Night is really the better option than this. If you do want something with the spice and with the character and the playfulness and the performance, the value for the money, it's kind of easier to find these days. Azzaro Wanted by Night, especially on the internet. I'd get that. I go for that. But anyways, let me know how you feel about this fragrance. Do you like it? Do you think it's good? Is this something that you recommend? Have you tried it? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you feel about this fragrance? Hope that you enjoyed my fragrance review today. Hope that I shared a little bit of wisdom or experience with this one. I wanted to like this one more than I did, but I gotta tell you like it is. I wanted more depth and richness, and that maybe could have put me over the line to maybe really recommending this fragrance. But I don't get the depth and the richness and the fullness that I was expecting with this intense version. With it being an EDP concentration, really didn't get that fullness in that body. Man, Azzaro. Come on, give us a good release next time. I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to beat up on you. I don't want to beat up on Calvin Klein. I don't want to beat up on any of y'all. But I gotta say it like it is. So let me know in the comment section again what you think. I'll see you soon. I upload Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for your lovely enjoyment and education. So don't forget to come back. And again, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you soon. Wear what you love. And have a good day, everybody. Peace out. And bye.